how I did it, yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast, can I kick it? Even with a sprain, pain, can I kick it? Just to flex, I went and bought a chain, can I kick it? Things ain't been the same, things have changed, can I kick it? People acting different, so I asked, can I?
Hey, could count on my power, hey, look at my dogs from. It was way back then, could claim what you saw, but you weren't with us. The higher the climb, the harder the fall, but how did you get up? I done got rich, then went broke, then got rich again, just a little hiccup. I done been ballin' this pickup. Remember me being so bummy and being so hungry, I had to eat gristle. Ay, how did the little go miss? Ay, her she was major, she mixed. Met her at one of the functions, we caught a little rhythm. She caught up a friend, they kissed and we dipped it, and that's how we kicked it.
Let me explain what I did, can I kick it? Hold on, yeah, I got some rings and a range, can I kick it? Yeah, don't ask me a thing, how I got her, how I did it, yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast, can I kick it? Even with a sprain, pain, can I kick it? Just to flex, I went and bought a chain, can I kick it? Things ain't been the same, things have changed, can I kick it? People acting different, so I asked, can I? Before I went live, they ain't know what I was. Ain't no one alive that could do what I does. Wait, need a light here just to catch my buzz. Need Sprite here just to catch my cup. Now they don't really talk about us. I know they never seen too much. What's love to a guy with a bag? What's heart to a guy with some cash? What's pain to a guy that's mad? Said. What's broke to a guy with a mask? What's both to a guy with a plan? I just wanna kick it, that's all I ask. Like, let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it?
Today, it's Madden NFL football. It's week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Houston Oilers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Houston Oilers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
First carry for Josh Jacobs, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snoot full, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs from the gun. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Carr completes it, and he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Even though he's a fourth-rounder, I think he might have a chance to play and prove that, hey, I could have been taken higher in that draft.
And we've seen so many times now, guys who go lower in the draft, undrafted free agents that become big-time players, Pro Bowl players. So you never know. Fourth-round pick has a chance to be a really good player.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
Carr able to find Ruggs. That's complete.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. And that'll be incomplete. That his first incompletion after a 4-for-4 start.
Yeah, but they shouldn't back off from what they're doing. I like the play calling right out of the gate. I like the tone that they're setting. Keep going in that direction.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6".
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
He'll have a first down past the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On play action, they'll throw. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
3-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Peyton Barber. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage, and now it's 4th.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
That ties the game at 3-3.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
On the ground. It's Jacobs to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, it's Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jacobs. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
47-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
These two teams all tied after 1.
The score tied 3-3.
Now a 2nd down and 6.
Counter play with Jacobs. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Darren Waller, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders have taken the lead.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour.
Here's Chandler Catanzaro for the extra point. And it is up.
Kick is good.
And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now.
Oilers 3.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Come on now. Let's do this. At their own 28-yard line.
So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Here's a 2nd and 7. And he will find his man on the outside. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. They'll try and run here with Barber. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And the Raiders have got him. Carl Nassib. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious? Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down.
And the 11.
Carr going to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
That keeps the score. Raiders.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll find Barber out of the backfield. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That one unable to develop. Never got going. A loss of a couple. And it's 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Can't get away, and he's taken down. The 305-pound Ndamukong Suh finding the path to the QB there.
9 on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that's complete to Jesse James. Touchdown, Houston. Jesse James, 67 yards. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Derek Carr getting ready to go again on offense. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
24-yard gain.
Call that a very strong gain of 24. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. The open man here, Renfro. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Carr. Got his man, that's Tyrell Williams. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Again, it's Carr. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And Catanzero's kick is right through, and they double them up here. That makes our score 20-10. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And they are going to have a first down, and they're in field goal range as well as they're down inside the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll throw now on the final play. Setting up the screen here, it's Barber. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. And this one is incomplete. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And it's the Chiefs who have the lead in that one. Patrick Mahomes has thrown a touchdown pass there. From there, let's head to New Jersey. The Jets at home at MetLife Stadium. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Carolina Panthers. Sam Darnold has a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And in that one, it's the visiting Giants who have the lead. Daniel Jones has thrown a touchdown pass. In our game, it's been the play of Derek Carr that's led the way. His guys lead it by 10 as we send it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Gentlemen.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So this a 2-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the third quarter. Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
First down and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Houston set to take over.
Third quarter starts with a run by Barber. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Open man is Sims. He's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Barber on 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They run the option on 2nd down.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On the handoff, this is Barber.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
He needed 3, he got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
So here are the Raiders now to take over. They were victorious over the Chargers last week, and now they work with a lead again here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. And that is incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, They have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And the numbers here don't lie. According to the next-gen stats, he topped out at an even 22 miles an hour. The Raiders offense ready to go. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. A first down run there for Jacobs, but nothing doing as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr. Got an open man. It's Ruggs. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
6 yards. And it's
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. And this is going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. This is brought in at the 21. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On the ground, it's Barber to start the drive. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. He can run for it, and he will. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. From the gun, Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 25 yards that time.
And the Raiders 1st down.
Throwing now is Carr. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
39-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Carr now on 1st down. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
1st down, Las Vegas.
To throw, it's Carr. And he'll find Moreau here. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
the 3-yard line.
One more time with Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have moved out in front. They were able to push him backwards on 1st down, but this time he forces his way in.
I wonder if he went back to the huddle and said, guys, just a little bit more help, and I can get it done on this one. Maybe even overruled the play call from the sideline, just feeling like he had that opportunity, and he wanted to cash it in.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man complete. The 30, 10, and he takes it all the way down to the 3. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible. They'll look to throw. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. It's their quarterback. His 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They, of course, tie game, would like to avoid overtime if they could.
And a lot of people would go ahead and play it safe here and get to overtime and try and win it there. But, you know, sitting up here in the booth,
take some gambles.
I say let's go for this thing, try and push it, and maybe catch the defense back on the heels a bit.
See if they do that. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Carr to throw. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Now Carr. That's caught. It's Brian Edwards. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. It's going the other way. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, here's Barber. He was brought down there by Will Parks.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line.
Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call.
False start, offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good. And that changes everything here in OT. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins. The game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around...
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Carl Nassib able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going. That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
Their defense did its job. Got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. Carl try it again on 2nd down. And a little floater there is incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Montez Sweat drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
At their own 30.
And now out comes Houston. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Running with Barber out of the gun. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Got his man complete over the middle. That's James. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. On second down, Barber. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Running is Barber. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
4-yard line.
Here's Barber. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now the timeout comes here. In the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So now it all comes down to Dustin Hopkins. This to win it in overtime.
A 38-yard attempt.
And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for the home team here, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Sweet on my face like it's lemonade. Tie me up in chains, I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. They say sorry and let go. I know I got an antidote to retain some kind of self-control. Look inside my head through a telescope. You were raised so the calls from a telescope. No sense of smile, maybe hell a joke. Holding back your tears, singing minimal syllables. Yo. Look at me, out the asylum. Was a fate or mistake, cause the time ain't up. Yet the parts of my mind don't get much love. If you want in my head, come and call me up. You look like a twisted Robin Hood. Yeah, you take from the rich and the poor and us. Wearing diamond shoes where you walk your pugs in a town you create where there ain't no love. Where do I go? When I'm alone? Not when I'm on my own. They don't know my name. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. Tie me up in chains. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade.
Stop taking, but still got a reflux. I drip out from the socket to a teacup. Drink up inside. Look when they peep us. Choose us in the belly of the beast, but outside there's a war going on your front lawn. Black Hawk, see the red dawn horizon. Blind yet I'm rising, abiding by laws of attraction. My thoughts still rising, thinking what type of knowledge don't sink in. Life gives you lemons and my only thought is drinking. Thirsty, will I be alive or dead before 30? That's all that concerns me early. Lemonade quenching my inner rage when it takes center stage way before they pouring on my grave. Minute Maid, let it set my soul ablaze on each and every way. Put me in the water for the save.
They don't know my name.